When you're divinely activated in your heart with good intent, and even better, like devoting a day to just cheering people up in a multitude of ways, even if it's just one person, is amazing. So I've been sharing in Divine Inspirations and Laugh It Off, these channels I have, just things that warm the heart, make us laugh at the very least, but a lot of good deeds being done for people like that are homeless, that are in desperate situations. And I'm showing you the nurturing of the heart. I'm showing you the true treasures. I'm giving you the example of that vibratory level, what it looks like, what it sounds like, how it impacts another person, how that helps them stay positively charged. That goes out to the world. That's how one man can stand up against tyranny and still be remembered and revered, and his messages still echo throughout today with people crying out for that man's heart because they know he truly loved them, not just for a season. And that's the way we treat each other now. And the planet becomes more and more light. We become less and less intolerable of things that hurt one another, things that bring us down, items and systems of interacting that don't benefit us all will fade out, will fall off to the wayside, and will go out like a bad fad. And that's just that. So these are the true treasures. Now, how do you build a society that's based on competition, that's based on differential advantage, that's based on a centralized banking system that's privatized, that our Congress can't audit, and when we do try to elect Congress, they can rig the elections? What do? How do you make society run on that fuel and energy? That is GPMS.WORLD. That is the global people's monetary system. That is our unified voice into one giant planetary petition and referendum and declaration of true sovereignty worldwide, no matter where we go. Our freedom, our rights are protected, and you can't have true freedom without what? Financial abundance. So GPMS.world will not be printing money in a perpetually indebting way that our system does now. To whereas John F. Kennedy was already getting ready to shut that down and have our People's Bank outdo the old model of banking, which is for a pocket of advantageous corrupted men that have taken advantage of those that didn't quite get how the world was working under their system, and then would blame them. That was their psychology. Anyway, so that's it. That's the true treasures. You notice in this video, this man, this is the opposite of gang stalking. This is the opposite of trying to kill somebody. Um, he doesn't need to know the man's religion, doesn't need to know the man's sexuality, doesn't need to know nothing besides keeping the moment divine and in the heart. And guess what happened? Another beautiful interaction in memory and video for life. For that particular few that experienced that, from the cameraman to the Mr. Tin Man, the guy out in the park, to the good cook. That brought that man to his heart even more and enriched it by someone going out of their way to cook a meal that reminds him of being at home in a loving place with a family member that most likely is no longer with him at this time. That's amazing. That's the real money in that heavenly sense. Now we make the bank reflect such integrity. GPMS.world, click the tab. Your whole group, society, and family can sign up as a whole, and you can also individually say and declare, hey, We're ending poverty. We vote for a banking system that's going to benefit all of us and end starvation. And it doesn't take a rocket science to know we can do better than what we're seeing in this world. Everyone can agree on that. But we got to actually move on something, or we're just stuck in the same cycles. So I'm using these different videos and different inspirations and humorous moments to show the way, in contrast of how y'all live and interact with each other and get all. We're in different vibratory levels. Slandering versus psychological torture and irregular warfare, in contrast with giving, because I have the time in abundance, giving to someone the time and energy of my day to enrich their life without thought of reward. Besides the main reward being I enrich someone's life. And that's amazing. And that changes the world. And that comes back. What you put out does echo back some way. Any questions on how to advance your group and societies into fifth dimensional, heart-centered activities and interactions, you can message me on Telegram, email me at liberator@gmail with the E after the A and the spelling. And we can get the conversation going. One-on-one is so much better than sometimes people being stuck and stubborn in a hive group mind that isn't really them, all in all. You know what I mean? You kind of catch the, that's another tangent. That's the real money. That's the real treasures. That's the real fruit. Don't need to know what your religion is. Don't need to even know if you fucked up yesterday. Not to curse, but we're speaking blessings. That's really what the intent is. Not even, what if the guy really messed up yesterday? This man was still willing to give. And maybe that is the cure to that man right there. That puts him on a whole other trajectory. In fact, that is what God's love does, doesn't it? It heals us, makes us reborn, makes us renewed, doesn't it? So why shouldn't we be a reflection of the Creator, who is above every single religion we have here on this planet? To remember that religion means to understand God. So if the goal is accomplished, what's the problem? Now, if it's becoming dogmatic and divisionary, there's your problem. Start living the scripture instead of just reading words that are not getting the work done. Because when it's dividing, when it's causing hate and war without any type of real righteous backing or justification of self-defense, you can see the root of what breaks us apart from a religious standpoint. You could see the root of what breaks us apart from a financial standpoint when you look and think about it. Yeah, this banking system is probably pretty much rigged. You're right, Joseph. No one really probably sits here and thinks it's all fair. So let's make it that way, or get as close as we humanly can. GPMS.WORLD. Keep laughter in your heart. Laugh off the devil's tricks. If you're not religious, just laugh off hate. Let love be your guide and your compass and your map and your everything and your path. And let your discernment and the armor around your heart protect you while we do the good works here on earth and spread the good news. That every man, woman, and child shall be fed, sheltered with clean water. Everything. Educational access. Everything. This is the world of Christ's love. This is why the tables were flipped. Now this is the finalization. This is the fulfillment of the word. And by in full knowledge of this plan, denying such is really only going to compress unto yourself until you finally get to the point, well, you know what? It's not such just GPMS.WORLD. Let me sign up. It's spiritually aligning. It's getting in my heart and out of my brain so much. And yes, the true science, the true medical science, you have 7 main chakra energy vortexes, and one is your heart, green, and you can feel with it, just like you can put energy and focus on your sacral. You can open up your heart more and be in there more and come from that place more, instead of subconsciously programmed in a capitalistic or competitive system, communism, socialism, whatever that's not working in your country. Instead of being just that's the way it is, be a good consumer, be a good producer, be a good cog in the machine without questioning anything is not going to get us anywhere. But if we just raise our educational level just a little bit and go, you know what, I do see the gambling casino now. When I do watch Zeitgeist Addendum by Peter Joseph, I see how crooked the banking system is in detail. And I like what you're proposing. It cannot possibly do worse. And that's a fact. You can only go up from tyrannical banking. Yeah. So anyway, God bless. GPMS.WORLD is what it is. Finish flipping the tables over and go sign the largest worldwide revolutionary voice to end poverty and starvation worldwide, to end homelessness worldwide, to put the banking power back to the hands of the people, where we can see exactly what's going on. It's transparent and it's verifiably working for all of us, implemented by all of our grassroots voice being unified as one. That's it. This is the work. Everything is affected from here. Everything trickles down from there. And when you can really get that train of thought, you'll realize, hey, that is true. And now that I have this knowledge, what else could I do that could be a better improvement to humanity on top of that? So it is. GPMS.WORLD. I am the Lamb. I am that I am that I am that I am. And so are you from Sparks of Divine.